Dude, I am truly hyped for the future of gaming, especially mobile gaming. Now, I'm going to sound corny when I talk about mobile gaming. People are going to be like, "You disgusting piece of shit. You like mobile games? How dare you? How dare you betray the PC generation like I have, or the console generation like I have? Mobile, ew, right? No. Well, listen here. The Nintendo Switch, I'm a pretty big Nintendo fanboy myself. I love the Switch. I carry that shit in my pocket everywhere I go. My friends can vouch for me, unfortunately. I carry that thing through the woods, through Iraq, through everywhere. And man, I love the Nintendo Switch as a system. And even before the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo DS was a vibe. And before the Nintendo DS, we had the PlayStation Vita, or was it Visa? Vita, I think. PlayStation Vita. And that thing was also a vibe for how shit it was. It was a vibe at the time. I wish I still had mine. I want to get one on eBay. But, man, mobile gaming, I feel like, is in a good place right now. It is going to be in an even better place in the next few years, and I want to get into that, and I want to talk about it a bit. So, if you don't know mobile gaming, your phones, you all have phones, right? Man, the phone mobile gaming I think has a little bit of issues it needs sorting out. But mobile gaming with like Switch and handhelds is just booming, and I think it's going to take off very well. Cause man, some games playing them in your hand is just a vibe, and that sounded very weird and sus, but man, I mean it. Playing, say, for Factorio in your hand is such a vibe, right? I don't know if they have it on the Switch, but it would be a vibe if I could. There's a lot of games on the Switch that I like to play. Civilization 6 is one of them. I play that a lot on the PC, but playing that on the Switch is a whole new vibe. To be able to go anywhere I want in the world, pull out my Switch, and launch up Civ 5 on that, or Civ 6, and have a good time. It's cool. I'm happy I can do that. I can play Doom while I'm taking a shit. That's pretty damn good. And there's even more handheld consoles coming out. Like the Steam Deck is already out, and I think the Steam Deck is like the next step forward for the handhelds. And I think that is such a good direction to go for Steam, as well as just the handheld industry in general. There's a few other handheld, like AYANEO is one of them, where you can like install Windows onto it and run any Windows thing you want. And man, they're expensive right now. They're like $800, $900. You know, you're getting into like PC price territory. I feel like, if you put $700 down on this Steam Deck, I feel like you could probably get a good quality computer for that price, or a laptop even. But I think it's worth it for 700 at the same time, because it's like a computer in your hands, right? And man, I recommend everyone goes and watches Linus Tech Tips about the Steam Deck, because you'll learn a lot of information from that, and just handhelds in general. And man, I don't have a Steam Deck. I would love to get one. I'm smart with my money right now. But in the future, when the prices drop, I would love to get one and play it. I'm fine with my Switch right now, but man, I think it's such a good direction to go in for these handhelds. I think that's the future. I think a lot of games we're going to expect them to go over to handheld devices, or like be influenced by handheld devices. I see more kids using those than computers. I see those being the new thing than computers. Why would you want a computer if you can just have everything in your fucking hand, right? Why would you need all this extra shit? Consoles, TVs, computers, laptops. Just get yourself a fucking AYANEO or a Steam Deck, boom, and play anything anywhere, right? And I think that's pretty damn cool. And I think that's going to be the future of a lot of these games and gaming in general. Like Destiny 3, who's to say that, PlayStation won't come out with a handheld device, maybe the PS Vita 4, and uh, they put Destiny 3 on it, you know? And hell, they even make it an exclusive. I feel like it would sell pretty well. Maybe not. incredibly well at the start, but if everything can work out the way PlayStation would want it to work out, I could see that doing very damn good. And especially a PlayStation could come up with some type of Game Pass system for that device, right? And that's where I see these handhelds becoming really popular, is because they're probably cheaper to make than a normal console, and they're better. They can be at least the same like requirements as a normal console. I'm trying to think of the words, sorry. But if you get what I'm saying, I really want handhelds to be the next wave in gaming, because you can only go so far with these consoles before they basically turn into a computer, right? So I really feel like a lot of these companies, especially Microsoft, I could easily see hopping on it, especially after their discussions with Nintendo and their deals with Nintendo. I could easily see Microsoft being the next one to go handheld. And then, we all know Sony is going to follow. Or, if Sony does it first, Xbox will follow, right? Uh, and Nintendo, I feel like, is just waiting patiently. I hope they have something in, the production line just in case that ever happens. But man, I feel like Nintendo is kind of far behind the competition. Like they'll catch up eventually, but then they drop all the way back, and then they'll shoot back up, and then they'll fall all the way back. That's how Nintendo goes with their like generation of consoles and handhelds. But man, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Um, I like I said, I'm hyped for the future of gaming. Really, especially for the handhelds. But man, consoles, I don't know. I just don't see them going that far. Uh, like, what else can you do to a console to make it better before it turns into basically a computer, right? I mean, the PlayStation 5, $500 if you want to buy it from PlayStation, but people were paying over 1,000 for it on eBay and shit, paying just as much as a computer. And obviously, this I have nothing against PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo. I like all consoles the same. I like gaming in general. I think competition is good. Uh, for gaming, I support every game. Like I support Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. All right, I'm part of the big three. I love them all, and I can shit on them if I want to as well, because I'm a fan. That's what fans do. All right, we shit on things we like. Um, but man, I just I want I it's just the future is exciting for handhelds, especially with AYANEO. You got the Steam Deck, you got Switch, um, and there's just going to be more and more coming out all the time. I keep watching Review Tech USA's videos on the handhelds, and I love his videos, and I love these handhelds, and I'm very hyped and very excited for the future of handheld gaming, because man, if I can play like GTA 6 on my Nintendo Switch 8 in my bed, or like outside when it's snowing, that would be a vibe. That is so much fun. That is great. And man, I'm going to go back to playing on my Switch. I'm going to go back to playing Doom on my Switch actually, because man, I love handhelds, okay? I just love them, alright? Tell me what you think. Do you like handhelds? Do you think that's the future of gaming? Do you think mobile gaming, handheld gaming, is going to be the future of gaming? Tell me what you think. I would love to hear it. Like, imagine Call of Duty on the Switch. Well, the Switch wouldn't be able to run it, but imagine Call of Duty on, like, the Steam Deck, which I think it is on the Steam Deck. Like, that is I could see I don't get, man, if the price was just a little bit lower on the Steam Deck, I really think it would be taking off like the Switch. But man, like I said, this is just the start for handheld gaming, so it's going to be very interesting to see what the future is. And expect me to talk more about handheld gaming, because I'm addicted to it. I have an issue. I have a problem. So thank you for watching. Like it if you liked it. Dislike if you didn't. Tell me what you think. Tell me what your thoughts are. Tell me what you wouldn't. What would you do? What would you want to see for handheld gaming? And I'll see you next time. Goodbye. How do I end this again, dude?